Back in, I believe it was 2014, February 16th, 2014, I made a video, and I entitled it, Xbox One is not losing to PS4, fuck what you heard. And up till now, there's 13,000 views on that video. And pretty much exactly what I expected to happen has happened, because I saw it right away. And the thing about it is I've been a purchaser of equipment for so long from so many different companies that something like this doesn't surprise me at all. Basically, in this video,
Whether or not they do, they
one of the
usually
things
end
that
up
I said
abandoning.
was this.
Microsoft is not abandoning Xbox. I was reading some fucking bullshit story that said, oh, somebody said that Microsoft was going to sell Xbox to Amazon. I don't know who these people are, or I don't know how far they have to reach up their ass to pull out this level of bullshit. But if you are basing your investing decisions on these motherfuckers, then you might as well be throwing your money away. Because basically,
So anyway, make a long story short, basically, in the very beginning, PS4 had a lot of sales and it pulled way ahead of Xbox One. But one thing about it was Xbox One didn't have the key exclusives that I expected it to have by now. In fact, right now, Halo 5 Guardians is out, and Halo 5 Guardians by itself is selling entire Xbox units, because the simple fact of the matter is, no matter how you feel about one of these systems, the only thing that's going to sell these systems is exclusives. It's exclusives, exclusives, exclusives. If you don't have exclusives, if I can buy the exact same thing on a PS4 that I can get on an Xbox One, then basically typical gamers are either going to go for a system based on the actual controller feel, and I've already said I prefer the Xbox One controller, or they're going to go to a specific system based on overall aesthetics. Now, the PS4 is shaped like a rhombus, but the one thing I have to give the PS4 is the fact that you can unplug it, you can take it over a friend's house. The Xbox One is a little harder to do because it's bigger, for one, and then second of all, you can't really take your Kinect and easily set it up anywhere. So this system is designed to be part of an entertainment system, and it's not really designed as a game console, which hopefully they'll straighten out when they redesign these things. I'd also like to see removable hard drives that are user replaceable and user definable. If I have a 6 terabyte hard drive, I'd like to be able to pop that into my Xbox One. I don't think that'll happen, considering the fact it's designed to be a home entertainment system. It's not designed so much to be a game console, which is I will say that's one place they screwed up. But what I have been noticing, obviously, if you pay any attention to sales data, which, you know, I'm all about, and stock data, since I own shares in the companies, the simple fact of the matter is that at this point, Xbox One is selling. It's still selling. It never had any lag in sales. It's just that the PS4 was always cheaper. PS4 was $100 cheaper than my Xbox Day One edition. So $100, even though that means nothing to me, $100, man, I use that in gas every 2 or 3 days. That's nothing to me. But $100 means a lot to a lot of the poor people in this impoverished economy that is still recovering under Bush and hasn't recovered under Obama. So, very simply, I was reading on Game Revolution. There's a guy named his name is Jonathan Leak. And the thing about it is, Game Revolution, I've been with this site for a very long time, since probably its beginning. It's changed over time, but they haven't really embraced YouTube technology that well. And they have a lower following than I do, which is amazing. I just crossed 12,400 subscribers on just one of my channels. 2 of my other channels have over 6,000 subscribers. But the problem is YouTube doesn't allow you to link them. So if I could link them all, I'd probably have like 25,000. But whatever. So anyway, my PlayStation has lost me after 18 years of being a fan. That was the name of his article. And I'm going to provide a link to this so you can read it. And if you want to come to Game Revolution and you want to comment on it, like if you don't appreciate what he said, well, that's your problem, but he said it. And then, of course, all the comment Nazis piled on him. Oh, well, you know, you shouldn't say that because, you know, PS4 has so much DDR. You know, basically, it's a lot of these little 12-year-old children and a lot of these 35-year-old boys living in their mama's basement who are spending all their money on video games and sitting there playing Call of Duty while they should be out earning a living. But anyway, I don't want to digress too much. So basically, one of the things he cites is Unspectacular Software. And he's absolutely right. Once again, I've said this already. There is absolutely no exclusive on PS4 that beats out the matching exclusive on Xbox One. PS4 doesn't have a Halo 5. They don't have a Gears of War. Now, you can say that Titanfall isn't that great, or you could say, yeah, you don't really like it, but the simple fact is PS4 doesn't have a Titan 4. They don't have a Titanfall. So, you know, it all depends how you feel about the exclusives. Simple fact of the matter is, RPGs like that Bloodborne, I believe it is, or RPGs don't sell in high enough numbers to really affect system sales. Fallout 4, for instance, was a really big seller. Witcher 3 was a really big seller. But the simple fact is, you could get either one of those games on every single system, including the PC. So you could, I mean, most people are going to say, you know what, if you've got like a lot of money like I do, and you buy yourself like a really powerful computer system, you get yourself a Titan X and a Core i7. Now, if you're willing to spend $2,000 or $3,000 on your computer like I did, yeah, you could say, fuck the console, I'll just buy all my games for my PC. But me personally, I like playing on the console because of the crowd. You're dealing with more of the same people and more of the same people you know, instead of, you know, meeting more people. Like, I don't have a problem doing gaming on either. My thing is, I prefer the practicality of the console. So anyway, they say Unspectacular Software. Let me make this very clear. When I first bought PlayStation, the Sony PlayStation 1, I loved it. It was $200 when I purchased it. And I wanted the game Warhawk really badly. Just in case you don't know what Warhawk is, let's see, Warhawk. I really wanted this game because it was a really awesome flight simulator, and it was like one of the coolest games like ever. And I went out and bought a PlayStation 1 simply to get this game right here. And I really loved this game. It was just awesome. I played this game day in, day out. And the only thing that bothered me was the fact that it was a little too short. And they never made a proper sequel to this game. This game was supposed to be a flight simulator. So what ended up happening was PlayStation 2 went without a Warhawk sequel. But PlayStation 3, they actually built a Warhawk sequel for PlayStation 3, and it looked like a Battlefield clone. And that's not what I wanted. I wanted a flight simulator. I didn't want a Battlefield clone. Now, if they had made this game more like the original Warhawk and made it a Battlefield clone, then I wouldn't have had a problem with it. The problem was, from the ground up, this game had been designed... It had been designed to not be what I wanted it to be. PlayStation 2 really disappointed me. It took them way too long to get a Twisted Metal sequel, and I really like Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal was a really, really good game, and a lot of people who played Twisted Metal Black really liked it. But the bottom line is, these games were made by Single Track, and Single Track was part of SCEA, that's Sony Computer Entertainment of America. And the problem was, as soon as SCEA was dissolved, I think it went through a couple of people's hands. I think it went through like 989 Studios or something like that. As soon as Single Track was dissolved, I noticed that the PS2 library of first-party good titles just went straight to shit. It was like when PS1 came out, you had games like Loaded. You see, I got to cycle through all these goddamn ads. See, it's like they've taken away the skip ad button because they want you to buy that YouTube Red thing. And if you don't, you're just stuck watching these stupid ads. I don't even eat Cheerios, and I never eat Cheerios, and I'm never going to buy Cheerios. You're forcing me to watch Cheerios, and I don't give a shit about Cheerios. I'm never going to buy any, okay? I'm not going to buy any. I'm not going to buy any. Yeah, I don't care about the B. I'm not going to buy any. Just come on. Okay, so anyway, Twisted Metal here was a really good game. Great first-party title. And my thing was, it took PlayStation 3 just so long to get anything worthwhile. There were no good first-party titles. And even with the first PlayStation, I mean, there were games that you could get, like Konami games like Gradius and Contra. Like, I really like Contra Shattered Soldier. But my problem was I couldn't get these games on PS3 when I wanted them. And then PS3 wasn't backwards compatible, and I was really disappointed with that. So bottom line is this. Oh my god, another fucking ad. So anyway, bottom line is this. PlayStation 4 has no good first-party titles that keep you coming back for more. PlayStation 4 has no good third-party exclusives that keep you coming back for more. Now, you can talk about Xbox One's exclusives like Halo and Gears, and you could say, yeah, well, I don't like them. The simple fact of the matter is, they're system sellers. They are what's called killer apps. So that was my first major complaint about my PS4, and the reason why I prefer Xbox One. So they also say right here, Jonathan said, Remaster Extravaganza. And he's absolutely right. Every single new, quote-unquote, new game I hear coming out for PS4 seems to be a remaster. Uncharted, God of War. It's like, if we played those games already, why would we want to play through them again? Are you really telling me that you think that graphics make such a big difference that you think I'm going to want to replay this whole game just to see it in 1080p? Because if you think that, the answer is no. Frustration Network. I can't tell you how many times PlayStation 4 has went down. Now, my Xbox One, I can tell you that, I made a video when I actually purchased it, the Day 1 edition. I think the network for Xbox One may have gone down on me just one time. Now, granted, there's been a couple of outages, and that's regional, because the thing about it is a lot of these servers aren't like a single entity. Sometimes the East Coast might go out, but the West Coast is fine. Me personally, since I've had Xbox One, I've only had like one outage. Since I've had PS4, I've had about 5 or 6 outages. And on top of that, I've had a lot of emails coming from Sony they're telling me, oh, we're going to give you complimentary a free game because our network was down. And then, you know, like they're trying to apologize because of this shit network. So yeah, for him to say that this network is frustrating, he's absolutely right. And another thing, the menu system, even though it's something that you can get beyond if you're willing to try, the menu system, the graphic user interface is garbage. I'm sorry, it's just garbage. So they could have redesigned this thing and made it easier to use. A lot of people never liked this crossbar media system that they use, and they really haven't improved it that much. And he also says that it has a lackadaisical atmosphere. He's basically saying that a lot of the people who play PS4 don't feel like they're serious about playing the game. Well, one of the things about it that you also have to remember is that PS4 has outsold the Xbox One. So what you're dealing with is more of these little 9-year-old and 10-year-old boys whose parents got them a PS4 just to shut them up and keep them out of their hair so that they don't have to actually be real parents and actually pay attention to them. So what you're doing is you're basically playing with more little children. Xbox Live, one of the things I've always loved about Xbox Live is the network has never been plagued by little children. Sony, I can't say the same thing. I really don't like playing on PS4 at all. Very few games I actually like on PS4. Very few. So he stops out his conclusion. Greatness awaits. Sony has been praised to heaven and far beyond for its execution this generation. But really, the only thing that Sony really did was offer you a system for $100 less and then outsell Xbox One. Would Xbox One have sold a lot better if they hadn't included Kinect or made it optional and sold Xbox One for the exact same price as Sony PS4 from the very beginning? Actually, I really do think so. But that was not what they planned on doing. They planned on selling that thing for close to $500 from the very get-go. So now what they have is they have different SKUs. Like they have the Xbox Elite console, and the Xbox Elite console comes with the new controller. Yes, it's called the Xbox Elite console, and it comes with the new controller, which by itself is like $150, and then is $499 for the entire system, and it comes with a 1 terabyte Fusion drive, which means that it's half regular hard drive and it's half a different hard drive, but it all adds up to 1 terabyte. Now, if I hadn't already bought the Day 1 edition, I would have definitely been buying this Elite console. And that $150 for the controller is they're out of their minds. But I mean, it looks good, but I couldn't see paying $150 for a controller. I mean, even $100 seems ridiculous to me. But these are their SKUs. They've got the Tomb Raider bundle, they got the Halo 5 bundle, they got the regular 500 gigabyte Gears of War remaster. But the simple fact is, we know a new Gears of War is coming. And most likely, that game is going to be so ridiculously, brutally violent until everybody's going to want it. So what does that mean? That means that anybody who wants Gears, guess what, baby? You got to go out to Toys R Us. You got to buy yourself an Xbox One. Because if you don't buy it, guess what? You're going to be sitting there playing God of War 3 over and over and over, and you ain't going to have no exclusives because Sony has gone to the trash. Ever since SCEA died, Sony's first-party titles have been trash. My recommendation for Sony, and see, the thing about it is, I know I sound like a fanboy, but the simple fact is, I'm going to spend my money where I feel that I'm getting the most bang for my buck. So you can take that however you want, because I really don't care what you think. But the simple fact of the matter is, where is my Contra for PS4? Where's my new Contra game? Where's my new Gradius game? I like Gradius. I love Gradius. I like a lot of Konami titles. But the problem is, most of the stuff they're making now, Metal Gear Solid 5, for instance, Ground Zeroes, I could buy it for Xbox. So why would I go out of my way to buy a non-exclusive title, especially if I could just as easily get it for this supercomputer that I'm running? See, and this is the problem. Exclusives, exclusives, exclusives. If you don't have exclusives, then what do you got? Tomb Raider, I could buy that on either system. I need exclusives, baby. I need exclusives. Let's see, PlayStation 4. Let's see, PlayStation 4 Bundles. What they got? And now I've noticed that Target, Lowe's, they're selling PlayStation 4 and Xbox One for like $300. So both of the systems are equal. So that means that everybody who already bought a PS4, when they send their dumb parents to go shopping this Christmas, and their parents don't bother asking, well, what did you get on your report card? But they just go out because they feel like spending money in order to make themselves feel richer when they're not. You know, instead of making their kid actually work for something, which they don't. But anyway, they have a $299 bundle, which comes with Battlefront, and Xbox One, they got the same thing. They got Uncharted, which is their exclusive. The thing about it is, if you've already played Uncharted, why the fuck would you want to play it again? Then they've got the Call of Duty Black Ops bundle. But guess what? Xbox One already has the Black Ops bundle too. So my thing is very simple. If you don't have exclusives, then basically the only reason why I'm purchasing this, the only reason why I'm buying it on your system is simply because I like the way your controller is. And guess what? I don't like the PlayStation 4 controller. I prefer the Xbox One controller. It feels better in my hands. It feels better when I play for a long time, if I play for a long time. When I was playing Fallout 4, I was able to play Fallout 4 for hours upon hours upon hours, and never got the hand cramping that I got using a DualShock controller because of the way the thumbs are laid out. I like the asymmetrical thumb pad. I just love it. Now, that's completely subjective. If you like a different type of controller, that's cool. And then there's some people who say, oh, well, why don't you just buy the Xbox One adapter to play the Xbox controller on the PS4? And then I say, well, why the hell should I have to do that? I don't feel like having to spend more money to use one controller on a different system. In fact, all I got to do is pull the plug on my Xbox One and pop that controller right into my supercomputer here. And I can run my supercomputer. I can play Fallout 4 right here on the supercomputer using Steam. You know? So bottom line is this. PlayStation 4, they sold well, but now it's Xbox One's turn. And as long as they keep churning out exclusive titles, like, they need more. Honestly, they really do need more. Because me personally, I'm not really a Halo fan because there's not enough blood and gore in it. I want, when I'm shooting at people, I expect them to fly to pieces. In fact, you know, another thing that bothers me, and this is totally besides the point, I really miss the fact that there were some games where when you, like, fight people, the people look like real people. And one thing I always loved about Crysis was that, like, when you grab somebody, these people look like real people. And I never like all these stupid games that make everybody look like helmeted super soldiers. I want to, when I choke the shit out of somebody, I want to choke the shit. Look at the look of fear on that guy's face. That's what a first-person shooter's supposed to be about. I'm not supposed to have to shoot at stormtroopers. That sucks. When I choke somebody, look at that guy. Look at that guy. As you choke him longer and longer, he gets ready to pass out. And eventually, he becomes nothing but a bullet shield. That is cool. And that's one of the reasons why Crysis did so well when they sold it. All these stupid Call of Duty games where you're just running around shooting each other in the behind, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. I don't like that. This game was really awesome. But anyway, so that's it. That's all I'm going to rant about today. And, you know, I already know that the fanboy hatred is swelling up in people because they don't like seeing their lovely PS4s criticized, but you know, you're just gonna have to deal with it because the simple fact of the matter is you don't have any exclusives worth a damn, and at this point people realize that, so now they're gonna go out and get themselves an Xbox One. So this Christmas you can look for the Xbox One to outsell the PS4 because, you know, very simply, everybody already has PS4, and that's just it.